so in love with you.
Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely bonkers. Now, the data is in and it has almost never been such a toxic, unaffordable housing market in the history of the United States, almost. And what we're going to do today is we're going to look at the massive gap between owning and renting. And essentially, you guys, that gap hasn't been this big in multiple decades since the year of 2000. Quite frankly, right now at the present time, it is way cheaper overall to rent versus own. So today we'll take a look at those details, and then I'm also going to take a look at how much interest you would be paying if you decided to stop renting and if you went to purchase a home right now. How much on average would you be paying in interest? And I believe that information is going to absolutely blow your mind, because a lot of people don't realize you could pay $500,000 in fees if you buy the average house right now. So renting, there's nothing wrong with it, especially if we are evolving ourselves and increasing our purchasing power to take advantage of future opportunities. If you're doing that, then I believe you're doing the best thing overall. Don't forget, you guys, I am not a financial advisor, even though my bio is as a realtor, loan officer, and instructor in real estate in Texas. And if you can, please like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, shoot me a comment below. But either way, I hope you guys enjoy and learn from this video. The name of this article is "The Price Gap Between Renting and Buying Has Hit the Widest Point Since the Year of 2000. I was still in high school back then. That's crazy. Priced out of buying a house, renting may be smarter than buying for now. Everyone relax. They're just saying for now. And that's also what I'm saying. I don't want people to get stuck renting forever. That's not what I'm saying. But right now, it's actually really smart to do. So props if you're doing it. According to the new data from the real estate technology platform, renting is a far cheaper and smarter option for many Americans today in the face of high ownership cost, mortgage rates over 7%, and elevated home prices, as well as intense competition among buyers over a low number of home listings. Many renters hoping to buy a house are finding it too expensive. So this chart right here should really open your eyes. So this article is saying the worst since 2000, but it's because this chart only goes back to 2000. Look at the bubble, okay? And again, see, going back here to 2003 to 2009, you see this bubble here. Now the difference in cost owning versus renting was a 47% cost difference, okay? And that was the bubble. And I just wanted to point out real quick, if this is a bubble, right, then what is this massive thing right here? Now, it is way more expensive right now compared to the great financial collapse as far as owning a home. But not only that, the gap is massive. And that's why I keep explaining to people this isn't sustainable. It wasn't built on fundamentals. I understand that we don't have a lot of active inventory, right? Active listing, but we do have a lot of inventory. It's just not being sold. The gap is 62% right now. Why would someone want to trade in their peaceful life of renting where they can save money, they can build their credit, maybe they can go out to eat comfortably? Why would they trade that in to go buy an overpriced house? And don't forget this, not only is their payment going to probably go up 62%, it probably costs them $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 just to move in. They could use that $60,000, $70,000, put that in 1 month T-bills, and be making decent money per month. But instead of that, these people rush in, fear of missing out, because they feel like they have to be homeowners. But right now is the worst time to become a homeowner in almost history. Listen to this, guys. It was 62% more expensive to buy rather than rent in July of 2023. That's not counting the down payment. 62% more per month, plus a massive down payment, plus you no longer get to use that down payment money to make money. This is insane. They also looked at CoStar rent data and made assumptions based on average insurance costs, home prices, and mortgage rates, as well as the cost of home maintenance, property taxes, and closing costs to calculate the true cost of home ownership. And I want to remind you guys, this is going back into July. Right now, we're in the end of September where interest rates are much higher than when this report was put out. So, what I'm trying to say is it's probably more like in the mid 60s or even high 60% right now because they're using interest rates that are lower than what they are right now. Interestingly, as of August 2023, our team found the spread in monthly cost between home ownership and renting reach its widest point since 2000, with it being approximately, here we go, 70% more expensive to own a home than rent. I should have just read that. So, right now, as according to August, this is crazy. Think about this, okay? August, when interest rates were lower than what they're at right now, it was 70% more expensive to own versus rent. Now that interest rates are higher, I take back what I said earlier. It's probably closer to the low 70% right now. And I understand realtors are like, oh, you missed out the opportunity. You're going to get trapped renting. Renting is a complete waste of money, blah, 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 blah. But the true cost of interest, if you get a 7%, is more like 140% interest. Again, a 7% interest rate is not really 7% because of the way the amortization schedules work. It's realistically 140%. But let me show you just how much interest you would be wasting if you purchased a home at today's interest rate of 7.5%. Now, let me show you what I've done here. I've put the average loan amount of roughly $328,000. Here's today's interest rates of 7.51%. Just taxes and insurance, your payment would be about $2,300. But really what I want to point out is how much interest you would be paying over the life of the loan. And the reality is you pay that before the principal. So if you buy the average house right now, you put a down payment down, you're still going to pay close to $500,000 in just interest. And that's not the worst thing about these amortization schedules. If you look at to the left of me, this is an amortization schedule. This is year 1 through 9. I want to point out that if you pay this loan for 5 years, you don't even knock off $18,000 off of your principal, because most of your payment goes towards paying interest. In fact, the first 5 years of your loan, you pay back $120,000 in interest. Now, having said all of that, if you want to be super savvy, one of the tricks to conquering these amortization schedules is paying extra money towards principal. In this scenario, if you paid less than $18,000, if you paid about $17,600 to the amortization schedule, you guys would save 5 years. You would save 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years because you would be paying your principal down to $310,000, but you would also be saving $120,000 in just interest. The reason I'm telling you this is because eventually you will become a homeowner. And when you do become a homeowner, understand you're not out of the woods yet. You still got to pay down that amortization schedule. And having said that, also understand if you were planning on refinancing into a lower rate, understand that the amortization schedule starts all over again. And also end on this. One of the best things you could do is pay your mortgage off early. The amount of profit, the amount of money that these lenders make off of the amortization schedules is absolutely ridiculous. And when we really put things in perspective, yes, it's a little bit of a waste of money renting, but considering where we're at in this economy, the quantitative tightening, the run up in home prices and inventory now coming back, home prices coming down again, I think it is an incredibly smart decision to rent. And really all we have to do is this: stop obsessing about being a homeowner. Learn to be happy with what we have. For example, I love my life, my children, my wife. I've evolved those relationships through this. I myself had to take a step back from the house market and say, Travis, it is okay that you're renting. Yes, I do want to own. I want to find a great deal. But the thing is I'm content right now. Not only because the home prices are completely unaffordable, but the reason I'm content is because as I'm renting right now, I'm bettering myself. My purchasing power is evolving. My credit is phenomenal. I'm in virtually no consumer debt. I'm saving money. I'm getting money back from investing in the treasuries. I mean, I'm doing really well right now. But in order for me to get there, I had to remind myself it's okay to rent. But I also want to be careful not to get trapped renting. So it is especially important for us to understand and to make our goals, because when we do that, not only will it shape our approach, it will also allow us to really find what we're looking for. Now, other than that, guys, if you're out there investing in real estate, you already know I wish you luck and I hope you win.